President Paul Biya appoints Ngole Philip Ngwese, one-time Minister of Wildlife and Forestry, to head Cameroon High Commissioner to Canada. His appointment coincided with the appointment of two members of the Constitutional Council, senior divisional officers and secretary generals to head some regional and divisional structures of the country. We bring to you details on the various appointments on this newscast. That was our lone headline. Good evening to you all. This is High Prime of Friday the 19th of January 2024. Presentation, I am attending Larry Kevin Tabot. We start with the lone headline. President Paul Biya yesterday, Thursday, appointed members of the Constitutional Council alongside appointing the Cameroon's new High Commissioner to Canada, Philip Ngwese Ngole, to head the mission of Cameroon over there in the land of Canada. He equally went further to appoint some senior divisional officers, not forgetting secretary generals, to head the different regional and divisional structures of the land. More with our reporter on that story. Yesterday, Thursday, 18 January 2024, the President of the Republic, Paul Biya, appointed former Minister of Forestry and Wildlife, Ngole Philip Ngwese, as Cameroon's High Commissioner to Canada. Prior to his appointment, the son from Kupe Maniguba Division in the Southwest region was the head of one of the committees of the Major National Dialogue and a member of the follow-up of the implementation of Major National Dialogue. Aside from his appointment, the President of the Republic equally appointed some two new members to head the Constitutional Council. Still, in the said presidential appointment, decrees were equally stipulated, appointing some senior divisional officers, secretary generals of governors' offices, and other key functions of the regions. For the Southwest region, Viang Mekala, who leaves Manu Division for Fako, to become the new senior divisional officer for the said division, while Shuaibu leaves Fako Division for the Nyong and Kili Division in the South region. For Manu Division, Alunfak Eliunu Yves Bertrand goes to Manu as a senior divisional officer. We talk health. 5 district hospitals across the southwest and northwest regions have benefited from a donation of hospital beds from a non-profit association known as the Friendship Circle. The US-based non-government organization says it's in a bid to promote health across the southwest and northwest region. Jabeketi covered that event and now comes back with this report.
50 hospital beds distributed to 5 district hospitals in the southwest and northwest regions of Cameroon to improve the quality of health care. Donated by Cameroonian diasporans in the United States of America who have come together under the umbrella of the Friendship Circle.
We do not forget our roots. We've been out there, some of us have been out there for so long, but we know where home is home. So we decided to come back home with multiple beds for multiple hospitals.
The hospital beds were officially handed over on Wednesday, January 17, to the beneficiaries, namely the My 16 Integrated Health Center Boya, the Bobende Integrated Health Center Limbe, the Tiko District Hospital, the Bengui District Hospital, and the Moyoka District Hospital. The handing over ceremony took place at the Tiko District Hospital, chaired by the representative of the governor of the Southwest region, Mr. Kemgong Desiree, alongside other administrative and political heads.
Moyoka District Hospital has been one of those hospitals that has suffered within the ongoing socio-political crisis. Parts of the hospital were even burnt back then in 2019. Some of the beds in the hospitalization wards were burnt. We thank God that this has just gone a long way to bring in new, fresh equipment for the hospital.
It will go a long way to help my community. The Bolifamba community is really, really happy. This donation has come at the right time for us because we are really in need of beds, especially modern beds, because we had the old beds which are not really good and comfortable for patients.
The members of the Friendship Circle have promised provision of other medical supplies in the weeks ahead to accompany the birds. Meanwhile, it is hoped that the hospital authorities meticulously use these hospital beds for the population to have the best of health care.
It's 1 year after the mortal remains of journalist and Amplitude FM station manager Martinez Zogo was found in a village known as Ebogo in the central region of the country. As such, journalists in Cameroon are mourning the demise of their slain colleague who was gruesomely killed, and his abductors and killers have not yet faced the justice of the land. They are reminding the Ministry of Justice and the Cameroon government to stay glued to that case, so for his remains to be finally buried. His remains still lie in one of the morgues in the nation's political capital city of Yaoundé. Our reporter once again. It is 1 year after journalist and station manager of Amplitude FM, a Yaoundé-based private radio station, was kidnapped and later on his mutilated body found in Ebogo, a locality in the outstretch of Yaoundé. The late media personnel was a firm critic of the regime in place, as he named and shamed suspected individuals involved in practicing corruption, embezzlement, and other vices in the nation. To his friends and colleagues, his killing was unthinkable.
The first thing we notice is the memorial in the lobby. When we see it, it makes us want to cry.
1 year after the death of Martinez Zogo, many practicing journalists in the nation haven't come to terms with what happened to the host of Embouteillage.
You can still hear Martinez Zogo in this studio between 9:30 a.m. and noon. We've decided to play recordings of his program because we want to immortalize his spirit. We will keep airing his show until we get justice for his assassination. His show, Embouteillage, will almost be the same, but will eventually get a new host.
Media personnel in the country who speaks out on certain vices in the nation have either been kidnapped or tortured.
It was here.
Ils m'ont fait enlever mon pantalon.
They made me take off my trousers. I was left naked, like a worm. One after the other, they hit me with stones. I started coughing up blood. I played dead, but they didn't stop. I lost consciousness and stayed there on the ground for about 30 minutes.
The 51-year-old native from the Lekki division in the central region till his demise was loved and cherished by his listeners. The justice system in Cameroon that has been working for the past 1 year now to find justice to the slain journalist Martinez Zogo, as she has detained certain prime suspects, that is, businessman Jean-Pierre Amougou Belinga and former intelligence chief Justin Danwe. With the different drama that has unfolded over the said case that has been popping up in Cameroon, the press in the nation too are quite active and vocal on the case, such that they need the justice system to administer justice to all the various perpetrators who contributed in one way or the other in the killing and kidnapping of slain journalist Martinez Zogo. The Chinese Vice Prime Minister Xin Wangsang has led a powerful Chinese delegation to Cameroon for fruitful bilateral cooperation ties. On day one of his working visit, the Vice PM was receiving audience by President Paul Biya at the Unity Palace, where both men held strong bilateral conversation. After his audience granted to him by President Paul Biya, he descended to downtown Yaoundé to inspect some major projects that his government is constructing, key amongst which is the ongoing construction of the new building to host the National Assembly, as he was welcomed heartily by the Speaker Kavaige Jibri, who thanked the Chinese government for coming to Cameroon's aid in this moment of fruitful bilateral ties as the South-South cooperation ties still continues. We have details on that on our subsequent news edition. You are watching High Prime, and we are coming to you live from our main studio here in High Television. We talk education on this newscast. The Erudov University Institute of Applied Biodiversity Sciences, BOYA, has carried out her pioneer matriculation ceremony. The badge of impact, as the students were Christian, are sought to gain more experience and become job creators. One thing that was emphasized by the founder of the Erudov University Institute of Applied Biodiversity Sciences of BOYA. More with Alice Leke Liengu, who covered that event, and now brings back this report.
That we abide by the rules and regulations of the Institute. By the power vested on me, I declare all these students
duly matriculated at the HIAT for the academic year 2023-2024.
This is the pioneer matriculation ceremony of Erudef University Institute of Applied Biodiversity Sciences, Buea. The aim of this institution is to train these students to become job creators.
Right, so they're like those who are going to give the image of this institute out to the people so that they can, they can be those to attract other people to this institution to come and benefit from what they have benefited. Because we believe that they're going to gain a lot. Like we said, they're going to come out, armed a lot to be able to satisfy the job market, armed a lot to be able to create their own jobs.
As they enroll this day, they have to graduate with an already designated amount of money.
That they're here not just to read and pass and offer certificates, but what's more important is the jobs they have to create. So which means they have to go through 4 levels of money that will be used to set up his or her project on graduation. That's the unique feature, and so nobody is going to be left unemployed. Every single graduate will be employed.
The board of directors of the institution expects the institution to fulfill the objectives of everybody.
We will expect that the pioneers of this institution will be producing results which will be impacting on the environment. For example, they are talking about fundraising, biodiversity, protection of the environment, especially as the resources are becoming so limited in the environment. So they will be talking about recycling of these resources in such a way that when the resources are recycled, they will continue to provide for the future environment for people who are yet to be born.
To the students, it is a privilege for them to enroll in this institution that has come to fill the gap that other institutions have not been able to fill.
Fundraising skills, they offer technical skills and managerial skills. They also offer leadership skills which train young and talented individuals not only to become job seekers but job creators. So I'm very proud to be one of the students of the institute.
HIAP seeks to produce leading-edge biodiversity management, professional corporate and entrepreneurial education to build a productive generation.
Congratulations to the matriculated students there. We talk business. Business women in the smoke fish sector of Limbe have expressed difficulties on going about with their daily basis when it comes to doing business in the smoke fish in the Limbe municipality. They are calling on the competent authorities to make sure some of their worries and preoccupations are being addressed adequately from the seaside town of Limbe. Daniel Komemboa covered that story.
Smoked fish is one of the highly consumed ingredients in Africa's delicacies, especially given its affordability. The process these traders go through to smoke the fish are sometimes difficult.
If I were to do it, we don't use solar system, so if the government can give us some solar system, we'll be so grateful for that.
These business women in Limbe comes as early as 6 a.m. just to get the first hand of what has been brought from the sea by the fishermen. The battle for some to grab a quantity is sometimes challenging. Just like wholesalers, the traders who buys to smoke them also face some problems. The problem we faced are many. Using firewood to dry the fish, and also on the fact that we scale large quantity annually and is time consuming. Given its high demand in Cameroon and the world, fishermen involved in this business call on the government to put in more effort so as to better the sector.
With that story from the seaside town of Limbe, this is what concludes the news package for tonight, High Prime of Friday, the 19th of January. Thanks for watching and good night from our studios.